I find it funny that a bunch of people go around calling each other narcissists. Do some deep diving within and you'll see that you're the actual original source of narcissists. And the reason why we're here in this, let's call it a simulation, let's call it a world, let's call it an existence. The reason why we're here in this existing realm is because it's actually a hall of mirrors. And if it's a hall of mirrors, then that means everyone is your reflection. So that means the narcissist is you. How would God, if there was a God, how would God teach a narcissist to be able to see their true self and their true nature, and then hopefully to shift it and alchemize it? Would they put them in a place where they're just shown billions of aspects of self? Okay, and I think it's, what is it, 8.7 billion right now? However many incarnates are on this earth. 7.8 billion, 8.1, I don't freaking know what 9 billion, whatever they like to tell you are on here. It's really only one, and it's you, and you're the narcissist. Surprise! You're either a narcissist or a reformed narcissist. And I was just thinking, Spirit literally said to me, a narcissist is someone that devalues humanity completely, which means the idea of connectedness, right? They only see the people or the reflections of self as something other than or outside of self to transact with, and they only do that if there's a purpose to better or push themselves forward or look better in some sort of way. They use people for their gain, okay? They don't see, okay, my ex one time asked me for a picture of his children because he wanted to place it on his desk so that he could seem like a good father at his work. But he hadn't actually seen those children in 3 actual years, okay? So he wanted to use the children to seem like he's a well-rounded individual, but he's not. Narcissist, okay? Hold on. My daughter's talking to me. I'm going to stop this and then keep going in the next video here, and then splice them together. Splice. That's a good movie, by the way, Splice. Okay, I'm picking up about the narcissist. So, Spirit said to me, it's almost like maybe me thinking that this world has to serve a purpose per se is narcissistic, because it's me looking for something to gain. But really, though, it's not that I want to. Okay, and this is where it takes you into the idea of intention. So it's intention that is the heart. So this means that the intention is the guiding force. So, and that stems from your heart and your amount of expanded awareness per se, which is really just being able to see yourself for who you really are and alchemizing it, through self-forgiveness, because we're here in this whole zone with ourselves. So the most heinous thing that you can think of that has been done was you doing it. And the most victim person who got victimized by that heinous thing was you being victimized. So you're the perpetrator and the victim, because you're all of it. Because if we are actually all one, and we are, I've seen it, one grand consciousness, if you will, in this universe, which is one you inverse. If we are, then that means everyone is a reflection of you at a different point of time, okay? So that means that we are all narcissists looking into the mirror. Because what did narcissists do? He looked into the mirror and then fell into it, right? And got basically he sunk into what, he drowned. I don't freaking know what he did, but something like that. I have to look up his whole thing. But if you can't realize that you are a narcissist and you need to like basically reform from that in some sort of a way, I don't know. I don't know all the answers, but for me it would seem like, and really this is just putting a label on it. I'm just saying it's like the intention. So when my ex wanted those pictures, his intention was to fool people and swindle them, right? Not to be a good father or whatever. Like, it's one thing if you want the photo and you actually are a good father and you're like, yeah, I want to, you know, then fine. Your intention is just to share your joy with other people, right? And great. But it's about the intention. So my intention behind this video is to expand consciousness, to share the journey I've been on, which is a deep dive into the psyche of humanity through my own psyche, because we all share it. Okay? So the deepest, darkest, most disgusting, perverted thoughts you could ever have, I've had them. And the most loving, kind, thoughtful thoughts you could ever have, I've had them. Okay? And it takes a balanced whole person to admit that shit. Because I'm a piece of shit. And also, I have the potential to be the opposite of a piece of shit. Okay? So I'm just one of us. And you are too. And this is why when you energetically hurt another, you are hurting yourself directly. Only a true narcissist believes in full separation and thinking that everything outside of them is not connected in any way and has no matter to them other than what they can get from it and how they can manipulate it. Okay? It's as simple as that. So a narcissist isn't someone like, oh, I'm so beautiful and I want to. No, that's actually just like self-love. And people who think they're beautiful and then want to share that with others, you know, people who are still in their narcissistic mindset where they're judging everyone and comparing everyone and seeing everyone as something to sort of like categorize and label, bro, that's some fucked up shit. Dang it, I didn't want to swear during all of this, but I probably have. I don't know, it's just a part of me. I have mastered the light and the dark, so therefore I know your fuckery, and also I know your bliss. And ultimately it takes you to forgive you so that you can then alchemize your BS and become a reformed narcissist, which is what you are. That's the true RN. All right. A bunch of like, their bodies look to be about maybe 12. But I think because they're on that team, they're probably definitely in high school. So I don't know, 15, whatever. They're shirtless and they just ran past and they're in the cross country and they run up and down my thing. And it's actually, you know, it just makes me feel like, wow, what a quaint Norman fucking Rockwell movie we're in a little bit. When you get to a certain level, you just kind of and it's not even about a level. It's just the awareness. It's like you understand. So when you realize that you are Satan, then you can temper Satan, right? When you realize you are God, then you can utilize God's creative force to ground it into the earth and make heaven on earth. That's what it is. I love you. And thanks for subscribing to my channel. Please do so. Because I don't know, we're still in this world where we all want to compete and play that game where I have more than you, so I'm better than you. So not enough of us have reached the full grace state yet where we actually take care of everyone. So we're unhealed as a species, okay? As a collective consciousness, we're unhealed. So you'll know when we are healed, when there's no more infants dying unnecessarily and like families suing each other for money and hoping that they're homeless and all the other fucking bullshit, right? Like, that's just evil. That's like unawareness. That's like the lowest consciousness level, where you're unaware. And this is why Jesus said, oh, forgive them because they don't know, because literally he knew that was them at another time. So why would he want to damn them to hell? That's just him damning himself, his ungrown self, to hell. No, he would wish them healing and more opportunities. So that's what you get. Reincarnation. Okay? Jesus saves. Just like he saves it on a floppy disk. A floppy disk of distortion.